Hello, my name is Mari Takenouchi. I'm a freelance journalist and I have a 4-year-old boy. I'm a single mother too. And yes, as some of you may have known, the other day I was covered by Reporters Without Borders article. And the article is in English and in French. I put the Japanese translation on my blog Save Kids Japan too. And I'm really appreciative of the reporter here. And but after the coverage of this, additional harassment and intimidation are coming to me. And one of the example is my video on the YouTube. This video titled "Mysterious Japanese from Top to Bottom." There are 599 access right now, but this video has to be deleted by tomorrow noon, so within about 24 hours. I got this notification yesterday, and somebody reported that this infringes the privacy, and I was wondering why, because I just told the information which have already been public, and or my experiences, and I didn't list it up somebody's telephone number or address or anything, and I really don't understand this. But anyway, since this was the order, I have to delete it until tomorrow noontime in Japan. So if you're interested, please take a look. Once again, the title is Mysterious Japanese from Top to Bottom. And another thing is that on Twitter, I was collecting a petition to be forwarded to the prosecutor's office in Fukushima, not to indict me for the criminal accusation by ethos leader. But one person on Twitter, actually his name is called Ohagiya, that is a handle name. He was tweeting publicly that anybody can sign again and again using fake names, and I got this this permission from Mari Takenouchi and her lawyer too. This is totally bullshit, as you can know. And he spread this Twitter and lots of fake names on my Japanese version of the petition. And it was quite a harassment, but what could I do? I couldn't do anything but calling up the prosecutor's office that I am collecting this campaign petition, but unfortunately this person just called out for fake names, so my petition is now screwed up. But so then the prosecutor said, "Oh, I'm surprised to hear this, but anyway, please submit the petition as it is." And that was their response, and I appreciated that. And now, a few days ago, on Twitter, once again, a person called MyBaba311, that is again handle name, it's not of course a real name. She was calling out that let's prepare for a lawsuit against Mari Takenouchi, because her wording is so insulting. And I was so surprised, and other people on the Twitter, some other people on the Twitter were calling out the same thing, and let's get together and file a lawsuit against Mari Takenouchi. And I was totally at a loss what to do, and actually only the night before I called up my mother, who is already 80 years old. Actually, I have never talked about this criminal accusation case of mine because I didn't want to worry my parents. But I finally couldn't stand this and called up my mother and told what was going on with tears in my eyes. And then my mother got furious, very angry. And she said, let's give out our message, my message, I mean my mother's message, and tell these people what Mari's mother is thinking and what Mari's mother intends to do. And she wrote this letter. Actually, she cannot type, so I was listening to what she wanted to tell, and I was typing what she said. I'm sorry. But by the way, I have been coughing for a long time, and I told some of you before that, but I was in Tokyo when 311 Fukushima nuclear accident occurred, and radioactive cloud was passing through Tokyo March 15th, and when the cloud was thickest, I was outside with my baby, then 1-year-old baby, and after that we both got very sick, kept coughing and yellowish film coming out, and same symptom comes back once in a while, especially the climate is not so good. And yeah, I'm quite worried about this condition as well. That is another story, but please remember, Tokyo March 15, there was a radioactive cloud. I wrote about that with figures as well on my blog Save Kids Japan. So please take a look if you want to know the contamination of Tokyo. I really opposed to the idea of having Tokyo Olympic Games in 2020, but of course things are going on, and but if you are interested, please take a look. Okay, so let's move back to my mother's letter. Okay, here we go. From Mother of Mari Takenouchi. Please excuse me for writing this letter so suddenly. I am Mari Takenouchi's mother, originally from Fukushima. I am writing this since I really need to have some words with you. Oh, by the way, my mother was born in Fukushima, and when she got married, she moved to Tokyo, but until then, she was living in Fukushima. Last night, I received a phone call from my daughter crying, and I couldn't believe my ears. I was shocked to hear that my daughter, who has a strong sense of justice more than anybody else I know, and never has done a single unjustifiable thing in her life, is now under criminal accusation. My daughter seemed to have been silent on her case so that she wouldn't let me worried. And now, even more unbelievably, you are now preparing to file a lawsuit against her, who is under tremendous trouble as a single mother with a small child. What on earth is going on here? As a mother of Mari Takenouchi, I would like to express my strongest resentment. I asked my daughter to read out some of your tweets against her. Mari sometimes uses strong words since she has a very strong sense of justice and straightforwardly say what she thinks. However, she never uses strong words to others unless she finds any legitimate reasons. She is rather a type of person who hates to speak ill of others behind or slander other people. When I hear the entire Twitter conversation, it seems that you have started slandering my daughter and make fun of her who is responding to your words, and further circulating malicious rumors that denies Mari's personality. Most of you are anonymous, and you are focusing on my daughter with bunch of people. As I heard your malicious tweets against my daughter, I felt so much pain myself. Since most of you are not telling your true names, it is as if a bunch of people are throwing stones at my daughter from distance, though my daughter does not see you at all. And now you are trying to file a lawsuit against her. This is just extraordinary. My spine is shivering with anger. To begin with, would you please disclose your names and your background first? Who are you? And who are disseminating so much malicious rumors against my daughter? Things can only begin from that point on. By the way, Mari is our only beloved daughter. When she was small, she was so sensitive and timid. And we were wondering, she's so sensitive and easy to get scared. How could she overcome her life ahead? As she grew older and experienced studying in the US, she became a girl who can speak her mind, but still her sensitivity has not been changed. She's a type of person who acknowledges things and gets concerned before others. Nuclear power plant issue was a good example. Mari started anti-nuclear activities in 1999, especially focusing on nuclear and earthquake. Now, she's a single mother with a 4-year-old boy, and she is all by herself in Okinawa. After she delivered her baby, she was at our house for some time, but at one point she was quite depressed, holding her baby crying, which made me greatly worried. However, fortunately, she came to love her baby after she recovered her health. Also, she is a hard worker and bought a small apartment in Tokyo for her and for her young son, using her savings she had. But right after that, 311 occurred, and she decided to sell her apartment to move to Okinawa. Now she is renting an apartment in Okinawa and has been doing anti-nuclear activities using her own money she got through selling her small apartment in Tokyo, wishing that she could help children in Fukushima. In other words, she has been spending her own savings for her activities. However, some of you are calling her as a fraud for her calling for donation. I was totally appalled and furious. Even after March 11 alone, my daughter used $12,000 and she has not gathered that amount even. On top of that, she's under criminal accusation, and now you are calling for initiating another legal case against her. More than anything, she has been spending millions of yen, tens of thousands of dollars, long time before March 11, out of her savings. She was working as in-house translator or interpreter for many companies. But when she thought she should be doing something on nuclear issues, she was absorbed in activities which brought her no money, instead spending her money. I was always worried saying, why are you doing all these things which do not benefit you at all and impose you tremendous losses instead? I am totally furious to hear that you are calling my daughter as a fraud. What kind of purpose do you have by doing such things? I heard donation was drastically decreased due to your slanders. And now you are talking about initiating another legal case against her. I would like to seriously ask you, are you trying to kill my only daughter and my grandson by financially squeeze them? If so, what are your purposes and what kind of people are you? And are you ready to take any responsibility if something happened to my daughter and my grandson by inflicting so much actual damage and mental damage? Or are you keeping yourself anonymous so that you can get away with it? If something happened to my daughter and my grandson, I will never forgive you. And as a mother, I am responsible to prevent any such misfortune happening to my daughter and my grandson. This is true no matter how old the child becomes for a mother. First of all, please tell me your real names and contact information. Please tell me your names and your titles who are inflicting so much extraordinary harassment against my only daughter and my only grandson. Things only begin from there. We are already more than 80 years old, and my husband, Mari's father, went through a big cancer operation and he has 2 tubes into his body. After March 11, his condition got deteriorated and now he cannot walk and one of his eyes went blind. So I am not telling this to my husband. However, I, the 80-year-old mother, remember all of you very well. Tell me your names and contacts. If you want to complain against Mari, complain against me, first through letters. As I cannot use a computer, send Mari letters and she will forward them to me. Mari is a very honest person and will never falsify contents of your letters. If I find any bad points of my daughter compared to your deeds, I will scold her in a very tough way. However, additional legal case against Mari under this situation means that you are going to destroy my only daughter and my only grandson's lives. As a mother, I have the right to know who you are and what you are doing. Okay, this is it. And this letter on my mother is listed on my Save Kids Japan page, and also Takenouchi Mari file, and also Mari Takenouchi's essay. Thank you very much. Please spread this information. Thank you.